Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect and a new series. Today's beverage is a very creamy banana milkshake. So welcome back to Prison Architect, and previously we were finishing off the constant intake facility. The idea was that we had the old school intake on, which is every 24 hours we receive 24 new inmates, and well, it worked out in the end. It's about surviving the initial couple of days because you are literally starting with a blank canvas and from scratch, and obviously you have to frantically build while putting out fires, not literally, but yeah, having to deal with all the crises and everything else. But yeah, overall pretty happy with the build. We got to a point where it was fairly stable. We had a decent influx of inmates coming in and leaving, so yeah, all good. And it was a very eventful, hopefully entertaining series, and something I probably won't be attempting ever again. But we're gonna do another series, another build, and a lot of the time when we start these, we'll set up shop and have the intent of going around a certain theme. For this one, not really so much on that front. We're just going to select some settings and go and do some building. I know I want to have gangs on, and I know I want to be on an island, and other than that, I'm not really too sure what else. Let's just go to create new prison, and we will, let's say, get everything selected. I think we're going to go with probably a slightly different uniform. Let's go with desert, why not? Default uniform and everything else. Warden, I'll come back to, same as the guard dogs. In terms of the world size, we're going to go with medium. I'm going to put up the funds to 50,000 generic units of currency. Plot type, I'll come back to that, same as weather. Gangs, that's again all DLC stuff. We don't want any fog of war, which is better for you to see. Failure conditions are on. We're going to generate forests. I'm not going to have lakes because there's already enough water. Definitely not warden mode. We are going to put on events. And do I want staff needs? We'll have escape plans. I think we'll put on staff needs. The previous series was very much a numbers game. You know, you have 24 inmates every 24 hours and it's just about sort of housing them all, whereas this one, it's going to be scaled down a lot, so having more options and more needs while having a smaller staff and inmate amount is probably the way we're going to go for it. Jungle, tropical fever, no, we're going to keep that off. Undead, no. Prisoner aging, why not? Gangs, we're going to put onto medium. For weather and intensity, we're going to go with medium. Rat infestation, which I'm not a big fan of, but we haven't run it in a while, so we'll have that as medium. Island bound is going to be a island plot. Dynamic reputations, disabled. Land expansion, no. Psych ward, no. Cleared for transfer, no. In fact, I will put on gang special reputations. Gangs are given new reputations that modify the way members behave in your prison. So yeah, between the Vipers, the Jackals, and the Bone Breakers, they'll all have different traits. Okay then, so what do I go for the Warden? I think we're gonna go for let's go with the default doggo, maybe. No, we'll go with Doge. And then the Warden. What do you want to go Warden wise? Lobbyist is always good, especially when you got gangs on. Halves the likelihood of receiving prisoners that are violent, lethal, volatile, deadly, or fighters. Yeah, it's not terrible, that one. We got Periwinkle, which is dogs have a 50% chance of uncovering tunnels. Don't really need to worry too much about that, I don't think. Pacifier is always good, just reduces overall temperature. Hawk Hartman. All guards drop staff keys less often, and the guard's stamina replenishes on intake. Slugworth and Dr. Hudson, that's all psych ward stuff. The Ecologist, yes. That's bonuses with green energy. I don't know whether we're going to go with green energy or not for this one. I didn't in the previous series. I think we're going to go with Dylan Cook. Food costs lowered and programs that require external teachers are 20% less. I think we're just going to go with the Pacifier. Yes, we'll give that one a go, and we will play. So this is what... Oh my good grief, what's it done here? So this is what we've got going for us. Let's go to intake, and we will close that for now. And, well, let's go ahead and do some landscaping and some planning and all of that sort of thing. I'm going to go probably to objects, go down here, sell object. No, I'm going to have to dismantle the trees, sure, sir. Dismantle all of these. I was going to say, did I accidentally click the boat dock? I don't think I did. And let's get rid of all of those. Right, fine. So, we've got like these sort of inlet bits here and here. I'm going to keep this one, but the one down here I'm going to probably change. And, well, let's do that now. Let's go over to flooring and to landscaping, and this is going to change to probably sand. Let's just get all that added in like so, and just sort of add a bit there. Over here we've also got a bit of water, so I'm just going to sort of clear it up a little bit, and probably put some sand in here just so it looks a bit less rigid. So there we go. And probably up here a little bit as well, like that, something like that. Yeah, that should do us quite nicely. And okay, yeah, so we're going to max speed this out. I'm going to let the workers crack on and do their thing, which is obviously building. I don't know why some of this has been built and then that hasn't. Oh, I think because this wasn't... No, it was always connected to there, so I don't know why. Back over to flooring, actually, because I think I have missed out a little bit of... Yeah, there's a little bit of sand to be placed there, so that's all good. Right, walls then. So, walls are going to go, obviously, around the facility, probably like this. Probably come down, and I'm going to have it so there's at least a gap of one. Some of this here, I think, like around here, will be staff only, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. I'll do staff only, so this here will be staff only, and this can come across like that. Yes, it can. I can actually probably bring it down a little bit to there, and then up like so, just again as a little bit extra space. I think flooring and to the sand, and we'll do that. Yep, that should be fine. And then walls come across. This is going to run like this. Yeah, so just trying to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room. Do something like this. You can see some of that's been built automatically. There we go. Looks like we can't get around there, so I will place sand there. Yes, I placed sand and it does it like that, but if you use landscape, it's not. I don't know why. Back over to our planning here, and it's going to go across, and probably like this. And again, just leaving a gap of one around. I don't know what this bit's going to be. It's a bit of a weird shape. We'll do that. Across, and then probably to there, and then something like that. Right, so that's going to be the main wall. Okay, I then need to figure out exactly where I'm going to place, well, everything. The question is, do I want a double wall? I mean, so what's there? Is that a bit of sand needed? Yeah, there. Need a bit of sand there. Right. Yeah, like I said, do I want to build a double wall, or do I want to put the buildings around here? Well, where there's going to be buildings, I guess that's the obvious one, isn't it? I don't need to put a double wall. The rest of it we probably do. Let me go to exports. I'm just going to place an exports thing there. Doesn't really matter for now. So, planning. Ideally, we want 3 cell blocks for the 3 different gangs. So, shall I place those first? I think I probably can. So I'm going to have cell blocks probably along from here, maybe. Right. I think I'll have a gap of 2 around the buildings. But I don't know what sort of... I don't know what sort of size, really. We're going to go with... maybe a 3x3 cell block, or 3x3 cells. I think that's the easy option. because then we can add in extras. Yeah, I think we'll run with that. So like so. In terms of the middle, probably want as 6. Yeah. Can do that and that with the double door. Then it's this. So the actual capacity of the facility itself is going to be quite low. Just run this up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Times 3. So not a huge amount of capacity, but it'll be fine. So for this thing, obviously there'll be doors there as well. These are for where we've got metal detectors. So it is metal detectors, it's doors, and it is 16 by 37. 16 by 37 and 16 by 37. Is that a good idea, having them right next to one another like that? No, it's not. I'm going to have one there. I'm going to have one there. And then one here. I don't want it in this corner. I'll put it in this corner. So it is a little bit random in terms of the placement. But no matter. So we'll have doors here. And doors here. Like that. Yep, that should do. I'll put the pathways in but a moment. So, ideally as well, I want a protective custody and I want solitary because we haven't had those in the previous series. So, yeah. How are we going to do this? It's protective custody. I could make just a bit back here that's protective custody. Have this as a building. Like that. Then security. And then 3 by 3. I don't know how big I want protective custody, but whatever I do, it's not going to line up correctly, is it? We could have them a little bit bigger, actually. Something like that. No. So regardless of what I do, it's going to be wrong, isn't it? I mean, I don't really know how big we need these cells. There's 3. Could do 6, maybe. What's the internals of this? 3 by 6. 3 by 6. Something like that. And then there's just a random room here. There's 5 cells for protective custody. Is that enough for this size of facility? That could be a canteen-y bit. And other stuff around there. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that for now. See how we get on. These naturally are going to be our cell blocks. Be best to at least plan them off here. I think what we'll do as well, in the middle, we'll have several rooms. Yeah, we'll have at least a common room. At least. Bare minimum. A common room. There you go. And in these corners here, we can have phone booths or whatever. There's loads of options for that. And bring this down. And as I said, 3 different cell blocks for gang members, the 3 different gangs, and also non-gang members as well. But naturally, if there's recruiting, then there could be problems there as well, couldn't there? So we'll have to see. Just see what happens. And there's that. And then there's your objects there. Okay. So, 31 metal detectors in there. That's all good. Right. So, three of these pathways will go around. Don't know exactly how these are going to connect up, but we shall see. Like that. And then like this. Naturally, I'll connect them all at some point. I could have three separate... canteens if need be. Don't think I'm going to, though. I think what we'll do is have a central canteen with also probably a yard around it. And it'll be almost like a running track type of thing. Okay. Maybe. So roughly in the middle is where I want it. Roughly. Just trying to think of all the other rooms as well. There are plenty. But, oh, there's a bit of weather. That's almost certainly something I will forget. Boilers and stuff. So, you know what? While we're talking about it, it's like a little boiler room on the back here. So we have a boiler room there to connect up here. I don't even need it that big. Just something like that. Yeah, something like that. And then you've got doors. There's a boiler for all them, boiler for this one. Over here, similar thing. Boiler. And then boiler. Like that. Yeah. And that should cover the rest of it. All good. Right, let's have a canteen. Canteen will go around here, I think. That's probably about right. I want pathways around it. I don't know how many ways in we're going to have this. Let me just try the... Is this big enough? It's a 3x4 for your standard layout. I think I'm going to oversize the canteen as per. I'm going to bring it down a bit. I'm not going to have that many tables and chairs. Actually, it should be off to this side anyway. Like, I'm not going to have this all the way across the other side. Probably be a central bit that's sort of empty. Like so. Remove that bit. And is there a middle? Yeah, nice. Actually, that... Oh, we probably will do that, actually. I think I will run with that one. And walls will come down. Maybe... Probably an entrance on the top and bottom, actually. It's probably the way forward. Is there a middle? 10 and 10. There is. I'll do something like that then. Double check the measurement. 10 and 10. There we go. Pathways. We're going to run around. And then I want a gap of, say, 6, I think. Yeah, 6. And the idea is to have this as a yard all the way around. We might even split the yards up. Truth be told. 6. So it goes there. And 6. So deliberately not overly planning this one. And also, again, deliberately make... That looks wrong. 6, 6, 6, 6. It's correct. These will go like so. And I'll have a connection there. Connection here. Connection there. Yeah, it's quite liberating doing a design a bit like this. As for walls, buildings. What type of buildings? I have no idea. But I'm just going to make provision for whatever rooms that we fancy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So almost certainly chapels, library, shop, etc. Similar thing here. Again, not going to overplan it. So there's that. There's this bit over here which really doesn't have a purpose. So I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit. And solitary. That's one of the things that is really wanted. Solitary. I mean, I could just have solitary running across like that and have it outside. You can do that. And it'll serve its purpose fine. I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Pathways. Open in here. Like that. So there's solitary. That's all good. I'm not going to plan off the front here because this is going to be all the staff-only areas and stuff. So that's fine. So we have solitary. We have protective custody. We have 1, 2, 3 cell blocks. We have a nice central yards, plural, as well as a canteen. And then all of these buildings that are just... I just went, yeah, they're going to go there. Sort of. Back here is also got a bit of a wasted space. Tunneling might be an issue, but we also have gangs, so they don't tunnel as much. So I don't know. Just gonna brick that up. There's nothing else we can really do with this space anyway. I mean, I might just, for the sake of looks, just do that. There you go. And then this can go further across, actually. Yeah, that'll do. That's where the boiler is. And door. There you go. Okay. Protective. Cell block 1, 2, 3. Central canteen and yards. And lots of space around here to do whatever we fancy. The question is, what do we need? So, cells, yes, we've got 3 of those. Holding cells, I haven't got one. Would be nice to have one. What's the minimum size of a holding cell? 5 by 5, so we need a 7 by 7. So it wouldn't go in there, sadly. I'd have to shrink it down a little bit. I could put a holding cell over here. Like this. Well, these are just going to be... Is that 5 by 5? No, it's a 4 by 4. That's a shame. Okay. And we've got all this space as well, which... Oh, what's a flower? How big's a flower? Garden? 5 by 5. I bet you that's 4. That's 4, isn't it? I can tell. 4. Right, okay. If I was to... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... shrink this down by 1. And then remove that. Like so. And along. Removing that. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to double check the measurement because I think I might have messed up a bit. This one. 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. So I can put flower garden in there. Good. Back over to a building. Walls go across. Bit of a weird shape, this building. But that's actually alright. I don't mind it. Pathways along there. So we still got this like before. That actually fits in better there anyway. So often you do give yourself a bit of a headache redoing things, but it's all good now. Doors here for solitary, which is something that I haven't built for quite a while. I think that's enough solitary. Okay. I say tunneling is going to be a big issue, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so going back to the rooms. Cells, yes. Holding cells, not yet. Solitary, yes. Canteens, yes. Kitchen, it'll probably be a staff-only thing. Shower, not having yard, we do have. In fact, I will place the yards. So there is 1 yard. There is the 2nd yard. All good. Storage, no. Deliveries and garbage, all that's over there. Workshop, we're not having. Security, we've got one in here, but we'll probably have more. Offices, I need to plan that off. Infirmary, no, but it can be one of these universal buildings, rooms around here. I can even split some of these down further, so if we wanted, like, solitary, parole, I can do that. In fact, that's probably exactly what we're going to do there. Although, no, it would be best having it closer to the front, wouldn't it? What else have we got? Visitation. It's probably going to be here, I think. We've got common rooms in each of the cell blocks, which is fine. Laundry, and cleaning cupboard, probably not the latter, but the former will have somewhere TBC. We've got in no forestry, we're not going to have it, although we could have this as a big forestry area. There's not much options for working. Classroom, again, it's just going to be in one of these buildings down here. We've got parole, again, got a bit of space left for it, so we can fit that in. Chapel, yes, we'll definitely have one. Mail rooms and or shop. We're probably going to have a shop. And then allotments and stuff we're not going to bother with. There's also a weather centre, which I need. So, at the moment then, basically, I think I'm best off just doing this and having in a staff-only building area like so. So that's outside of the facility. We do need to wait for the people to actually get in, so well, it's going to be that. So that'll be our reception, so that'll be all good. We've also got a big space here, so I'm just going to just put a building there, like so, and you can see the, oh, I was going to say fog's rolled in, but it's not. It's mist. It's just haze because of how hot it is. Flooring, sand, we'll do that. There we go. Because why not? Okay. So, this will come along. Good grief, that's a lot of haze. That's a big heat haze there. Right, so we've just got... I mean, we've got an option to put in all manner of things here. Yeah, I mean, we could have a huge building here. What would it be, though? Weather has become more erratic in recent years. We're lucky this time around, but the prison should be prepared for every eventuality. Some grants are offered to local businesses to advise weather. Right, yes, so we do have options for weather now. And there's also lots of grants here for gang warfare and stuff. Right, yeah, like I said, there's this area here, which is just currently doesn't have a purpose. I'm just going to sell these logs. They're not exporting for some reason, and I don't know why. That should be about right. Someone there, a bit there, some more there. Okay. Yeah, as I said, we've got this here, and I don't know what to put in here. I'm thinking maybe half it and do a forestry. 24, 22. I mean, there you go. There's now equidistant. So I could have forestry. I could have another cell block technically. Yeah, I bet that's too small for a holding cell. 5. Holding cell is a 5x5. Oh, that can be a holding cell. Perfect. Holding cell, and then there's the reception there. Okay. Not too bad. I don't think. Yeah. That's the plan in brief. Obviously over here, I've still yet to properly plan, but these are going to be... Naturally, there's going to be some offices. So 4 by something. 4 by 4, actually. We'll just keep it simple. But... 1, 2... No, hang on. It's all kinds of wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That could be the way in. But we have staff needs on. So we'll need to have something there. And the warden's calling. Congratulations on having the calamity. Your prisoners are thankful for your care and have their needs boosted for the next 5 days. Literally haven't done anything. Okay, well, that has been a bit of Prison Architect, and that, like I say, in brief, is what we're going to build, our gang island. Okay, well, as I said, there's still a lot to be done. Walls still problematic. Yeah. I do think escapes are going to be a bit of an issue. I'm not going to have a laundry or any way for them to get anything where they can, with ropes essentially, because not really about the digging is a problem. It's you putting it, say, a rope here and then just jumping out and over, because I haven't planned any cliffs or anything. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect, a bit more freeform than past series, but hopefully that's all good. Looking forward to see what opportunities the build affords us and how we get on, but we will leave it there for now. Obviously, this is only version 1 of the plans. These can and probably will change. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, we'll go from there. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.